and welcome. I'm Shivani Kharat in our special show, The Fine Balance. Today, I'm joined in by three individuals who have inspired all of us. First, we have someone who has time and again proved that age is just a number. From running in a sari on a national highway to skipping on terrace during the pandemic, her ability to do non-stop push-ups will put most of us to shame. She is a couple of weeks shy of 85, but her level of fitness is seriously life goals. She is none other than Usha Soman. Her son Milind Soman, who is now 58, was a teenage national swimming champion who went on to become a national crush as a model and as an actor, then taking up endurance sport like marathon running and triathlon much later in life. We now see him smashing one race after the other around the world, setting couple goals with his wife Ankita Konwar. And then we come to Ankita, who started her fitness journey unknowingly cycling 40 kilometers almost every day at her hometown near the border of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh to take up endurance running later in her life. Now she is a distance runner, yogini and an avid trekker and has this beautiful ability to pick up any new form of fitness activity and absolutely smashing it out of the park. These three are generations apart but have their own unique motivations and convictions to stay fit and healthy. All of us have a lot to learn from them, and that is the reason why we are here. Together, they are launching a new book, Keep Moving, which has lessons in staying young in the mind and body. Welcome to CNBC-TV18.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What a lovely intro.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And wonderful to have you here in our studio. You know, the book, I read it almost halfway, I just received the book and I'm halfway through it. And it opens with posing a question. The book starts with a question and I must read it out. What does fitness look like at the age of 84? And the answer is right in front of us right here. But Milind, at 58, you are killing it yourself. Tell us, what role did physical activity play, you know, in your upbringing, in, your growing up years that has influenced you through your life?
Well, you just said that I was swimming competitively, and that started at the age of 9. So I was lucky that as a very young kid, I got into competitive sport. And today, looking back, I can't overestimate the value that it has brought to my life. Firstly, the understanding of what fitness means to me. You know, most people don't even know what fitness means. It's like when we run, like you run so much yourself. People who don't run can't understand why you do it. And you don't know why you do it unless you do it yourself. Unless you experience the high of running is just a word, right? So to me, to be fit means that I can enjoy life the way I want. I can do anything that I want, any obstacle I face, any situation I'm in, I know exactly how to deal with it. I know my capabilities. I know how slow or how fast I have to go, exactly what I need to do in every situation.
In your part, one of your chapters in the book, you speak about how time, patience, discipline and love are needed into building an edifice of your body and your life. As a mother, how did you instill this, all of these habits in your children while they were growing up, and 4 of them, which is quite a handful?
You set an example yourself. In those days, everything I did physically means I used to walk everywhere. That was my most important thing that I did.
And then even today, if you are at Shivaji Park early in the morning and, if you stay at one spot for a long time, she will definitely cross you by at some point in time or the other. But over to you, Ankita. Coming from Assam, married into this family, where, I know that, and I have seen that, people squatting and doing push-ups and planks even on vacations and holiday. How did that change your perspective about fitness?
I think growing up, as you mentioned earlier, I think I really had an active lifestyle, and I was blessed enough to have grown up in an environment where nature was in abundance.
Yeah.
And I think it was later in life that I realized that it was lacking from my life, and somehow I was, missing the feel of it. So once I came to be a part of their family, I just blended in really naturally because, that was me as well. I have always been active, always been an outdoor person, never been about gyms, and, I always like to explore. And their entire family is about that. So I think we bonded over, I think, the idea of the love for outdoors. And of course, we all wanted to be active, even in our vacations. So I think that's how we all blended in together.
So your love for your outdoors, and I have always seen that whenever you guys go on a vacation, it's always something to do with some activity. Like
Yeah.
Tanzania, for example, was running from one place to another for the annual run. If you're going, let's say, to any other place, even in Europe, there is some trek involved. I remember when you guys, after honeymoon, went to Spain, it was like a full-fledged 20-day walk and hike
Yes.
across Spain. So how do you come up with these ideas, and how do you brainstorm while coming up with these next active holidays,
Yeah,
so to speak,
So I think it was earlier, it was all Milind. He always liked to be very, very active, and the idea of having an active holiday was very new to me. But now I think it is more me, because I also want to, I got a hang of it and I'm like, oh, I have to do this. And now we plan our vacation so that we can probably run a marathon when we are, in that place, or maybe go for a hike, or maybe cycle from one place to another. So you just have to explore the place more like an explorer, not a tourist, and see what all activities you can do.
When somebody crosses the age of 60, more 60 or even 70 or 80 for that matter, most of the people are down with some aches or pains or some ailments. It's also something that, you have been fit over so many years. So how has that helped you sail through all of these tough decades that most of the people across and around you are struggling with?
Well, sometimes I feel people feel old and then expect to have all those things, whereas I don't. I don't think I'm old at all.
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, I'm not old. Body, of course, gets old.
Yeah.
So I think that's how maybe.
Milind,
And I'm blessed with good health.
in your mind, have you started feeling old?
Not at all. Not at all. She's really young and I'm younger than her. In any case.
Yeah, you better not.
Yeah. And I think the thing is that if I observe her, and I have observed her, of course, over the years, is that she has very few bad habits. In fact, I can't see any.
Yeah.
And she has really good habits, and these habits are not extreme. It's like she doesn't do the things that I do or the things that Ankita does. These are very simple things. Like, when do you wake up? How much do you sleep? When do you sleep? How much time do you spend on your phone or watching TV? How much do you think about yourself? What kind of food do you eat? When do you eat it? How much do you eat?
Yeah.
Why do you eat? These are the kind of very simple questions when you ask yourself and you answer them, and you live according to that, I think it gets a little easier. So basically the three things, is the food that you eat, the sleep that you're getting, and your activity.
Yeah.
And if you can manage all these three, and they all come from having a positive mind. So if you have a positive mindset which wants good for you.
In addition to physical fitness, Ankita, mental and emotional well-being, we just spoke about that, is very, very critical. And you are a certified yogini yourself. So how do you practice meditation and, pranayam and everything else in your daily routine to, have that mindset, to be mentally fit?
Right. See, this is something I have always dealt with all my life. I have not always been the most disciplined person. And so yoga has helped me to an extent, I would say. And meditation definitely helps. If you're a person who can't sit for 5 minutes, I would say you should sit for 30 minutes. Make it a point that you can. Just sit with your thoughts. So for me, what I have done is, of course, not always that, you can roll out your mat and go at it for an hour. Of course not. Sometimes you're too low to even go for 12 Surya Namaskars. So what do? You start with 2 and let yourself, of course, the dopamine will help you feel a little bit better, but then you have to get control over that and slowly let yourself be. Be okay with not being okay. It is fine. But you must do something. Keep yourself active. We all must move, even if it is for a little while, even if it's for 20 minutes, whatever you like to do. See, for me, I know that yoga has helped me, meditation has helped me, but not a lot of people would find solace in yoga. So I would say, so why not dance? If you liked dancing, why not that? If you liked singing, why not that? But we must move all our muscles every day so that, you know, we feel that connectivity in your connection to your body, to your the earth that you belong to, and all that comes through realizing yourself. And that, I think, only for me, it has come through yoga and meditation.
Nutrition also plays a critical role when it comes to, like, staying fit. So what are some of the dietary habits and nutrition strategies that you have followed that has helped you, in this fitness journey, and how have they evolved as, you've grown to 85 years young?
Simple food. So our traditional food is the best. You know, for each region, I don't say all Maharashtrian only, but being a Maharashtrian, I will say Maharashtrian food. So whichever region you belong to, that traditional food there is the best for you. And I have followed that.
And eat when you're hungry.
Eat when you're hungry and
Yes,
eat
eat
slow.
when you are hungry and eat proportional to your activity.
Yeah.
If you have no activity, then don't just, because it's time to eat, don't eat.
Yeah. And this has stayed with you for years, and you
Yes.
continue to do so. Are there any changes in your diet and eating habits that, you've done as, because beyond a point in time, as you grow old, your metabolism also goes
Yes,
down.
slows it down.
Yeah.
Yes, that you must remember. So whatever your habits when you are young, you have to curtail that as you grow older.
And I is also particular about any type of food that goes into your body shouldn't be unsupervised. So that's why she frowns upon
Correct.
restaurant food, which is also mentioned in the book. I have seen it in person as well, Milind.
I went to a restaurant the first time after the age of 23.
Wow.
Yes. Even I would say packaged food, soft drinks. I don't think I tasted anything till I was 23.
Are you serious? Not
Yeah.
even Shivaji Park Vada Pav?
No, vada pav, but that's not packaged really. That is in fact fresh. I love vada pav, right? I love street food. That we have. But eating in a restaurant where you can't see the kitchen, you can't see the person who's cooking, that is, I don't know whether those were the thoughts, but we were taught that the best food is the food cooked at home, freshly cooked by somebody who obviously has your best interests at heart, which is true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah. It is time for a short break. You don't go anywhere. This conversation will continue on the other side.